everybody to my brand new series called Gaming Hot Takes, where I take your hot takes about various video games and see if I agree or disagree. In today's episode, we'll be going over one of the most iconic games of all time, Super Mario 64. Now, we're only talking about the original version, so no DS remake, no fan games, no ROM hacks or anything. We're just talking about the original N64 version of Super Mario 64. I asked all across social media and on Discord, so let's get right to your hot takes and see what you guys said. Most of the stages aren't very fun to explore, and the coin stars are pure torture, notably with Lethal Lava Land and Tick-Tock Clock. This right here, I definitely agree with. I despise the 100 coin stars in Mario 64, like, especially... You didn't mention Rainbow Ride, by the way. Rainbow Ride 100 coins is probably the worst star to get in that game. It is so bad. But yeah, I agree with this. The coin stars are definitely pure torture. Honestly, like, some are kind of not that bad, like maybe Bob-omb Battlefield and Wop's Fortress, but Lethal Lava Land and Tick-Tock Clock, 100% agree with. Rainbow Ride is definitely, another one. Not fun to explore, though. I don't know if I agree with that. I just think it's based on, you know, the star you're getting, because I think overall the stages are fun to explore. It's just, I think getting certain stars is a lot more stressful based on where in the stage you are and what you're doing. So yeah, I do agree with this part of it, the whole coin star thing, but I don't quite disagree with most of them being not fun to explore. I don't think throwing Tuxie off the cliff is that funny. So if you guys don't know, I think Tuxie is the name of the penguin that's near the mama penguin, near the little hut that you come out of after you do the slide. And we've all done that, right? You guys and me, we've thrown that penguin off the stage millions of times. Not that funny though. I think the more you do it, it does get a lot less funny. But when you first do it, you probably laughed your ass off. I know I did. Honestly, it's still kind of funny to me. But if you're someone who's done that like 100 times, like, yeah, it's maybe not as funny as it was back in the day. But you can still get a laugh out of that. So I don't fully agree with this hot take, but I can see where you're coming from. It's borderline unplayable because of how awful the camera is. Yeah, the camera isn't great in this one. That's one of the biggest knocks against this game for everybody, is that the camera is just absolute shit. I wouldn't say it's borderline unplayable, though. I think it's a little bit too much of a stretch. I think it's definitely a struggle with some stars when you're platforming, trying to get that camera to work with you. But I wouldn't go so far as to say that it's borderline unplayable. It's kind of a stretch for me, but I can kind of see where you're coming from here. But I mean, I would say most stars are definitely at least a bit stressful because of the camera. But borderline unplayable, I don't quite agree with that. So this is going to be another slight disagree here for me. Mario 64 was quite revolutionary for its time, but has aged poorly. It's a 3D game that only has one control stick, so the camera doesn't control too well. It has pretty excellent music though, brought many iconic songs that are still used by Nintendo today. Definitely that last bit is very, very accurate, like Bob-omb Battlefield, the Slide theme, the Peach's Castle theme, the Koopa Road theme. Definitely iconic songs that are still being used today. Aged poorly, I think some aspects definitely aged poorly, like the camera, the controls, I would say, are not... I know the controls people say are great. I don't agree. I think they're kind of slippery. It is revolutionary, though, I gotta say, because it was one of the first 3D games that was good back in the day, and it did help pioneer future 3D games and 3D Mario games, obviously. But yeah, you said the camera doesn't control it too well. I agree with that. It's kind of ass. But yeah, the music, definitely agree. Some iconic songs in there, like I mentioned, that are still being used today. So yeah, revolutionary, I agree. Aged poorly, I kind of agree. Camera sucks, I agree. And music, I 100% agree with that. Okay, so wall jumping kind of sucks in Super Mario 64. Agreed. I hate the wall jumping in this game so much. It doesn't make any sense. The remake did fix that, but we're not talking about the remake, obviously, but I don't know what they were thinking with the wall jumping. I don't know if they were trying to make it more challenging, but it is so annoying. Especially, we mentioned Rainbow Ride earlier, the 100 coin star, right? You have to do the wall jump for those blue coins in Rainbow Ride or else you can't get 100 coins. It's kind of bullshit. But yeah, I agree. Wall jumping should not be as hard as it is in this game, and I don't know what they were thinking, but yep, I agree. It does suck in this game. Its controls are surprisingly hard to get used to. I wouldn't say they're hard to get used to, they're just very, very slippery. We mentioned wall jumping just now. But yeah, the controls work. They're not like broken or anything. It's not like, you know, there's not really a learning curve to them for the most part. It's just they're not the best controls overall. I think the other Mario games have more refined controls quite clearly, but yeah, they are definitely slippery as I just mentioned, but I don't think they're hard to get used to, at least in my opinion. It's a shame that you can't ride Yoshi there. Man, remember getting that 100% and going to the roof and seeing Yoshi and being like, oh my god, we can ride Yoshi! And then he just jumps off the roof into the water and possibly drowns himself. I'm not someone who hates that personally. It is kind of a shame that we can't do that, as you mentioned. The game doesn't really need Yoshi, I would say, because this game's already fine as is. Would have been cool though. I'm not trying to say it's not a cool idea. I would have loved to be able to ride Yoshi through the levels if I wanted to. But I wouldn't say it was necessary to have Yoshi as a rideable mount in this game. It would have been cool, but I don't think it was needed, so I disagree. It's a shame, but it would have been cool for sure. And there you go. Those are your hot takes about Super Mario 64. So thank you to all of those who sent in hot takes. And if you want to send your hot takes, follow me on X, Blue Sky, and I'm on Discord and a bunch of servers. So if you find me and I ask the question, then there you go. But follow me on social media to see what I'm going to be posting next about the next hot take video. And I guess I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.